Good morning, Puan Rosanna and fellow classmates. Today we are pleased to present our case study on ethical and professional practical in Windows Server Administration, which we conduct for the hypothetical Green Tech Learning Center. This project was completed for our server administration course DFK 40063. We are team DIT4B. The team members responsible for this project are: my name is Indra Gunasagare and my metric number is 10DIT23F2041, and my team members' name is Divya and Mayuri. Let's begin with the scenario. We were assigned as a junior server administrator at the Green Tech Learning Center. Our task was to deploy a new Windows Server 2022 system. A key requirement from our supervisor was to ensure that all setup tasks were performed in a secure, ethical, and professional manner. We were also required to complete each task independently and document our work with short ethical reflections. Our work was guided by several key objectives. We aim to: firstly, configure server roles and features responsibly. Secondly, manage users and permission ethically. Thirdly, perform backups and monitoring using proper procedures. And crucially, to demonstrate a professional attitude, honesty, and independence throughout the project and reflecting on the ethical values applied. Our project was divided into two main parts. Part A focused on the core Windows Server configuration, which includes setting up Active Directory, server roles, user accounts, and file sharing. Part B dealt with server maintenance and protection, covering backup monitoring and finally our ethical reflections. Let's divide into a part A, beginning with task 1, Active Directory setup. For task 1, our first step was to install and configure Active Directory domain services, which is foundation of a Windows network. We created the domain GLC local to centralized management. To organize our object logically, we created three organizational units or OUS: on for admins, on for trainer, and on for students. This structure allows for applying specific policies to different types of users, which is a key security and management practice.
Moving on, task 2, server roles and features. Here we saw three critical server roles. First, DSN for hostname registration, which allows computer to find each others on the network by name. Second, DHCP to automatically assign IP address to for client computer with a defined range, which simplifies network administration. And third, IIS or Internet Information Service, which we use to host to Internet Web Portal name, CLG portal for the organization. So next, we manage user account and group in task 3. Task, we created 6 user accounts, for 2 each for the user types, admin, trainer, and student. We then assign them into appropriate groups, including security groups for trainers and distribution group for announcement. Most importantly, we apply the password complexity and the account logout policy. So this is a fundamental ethical practice to protect user accounts from unauthorized access and brute force attacks. The final configuration task was the file sharing and permission. So we created a shared folder named training materials. The ethical core of task was assigning permission correctly. We followed the principle of least privilege, meaning users that only get access they absolutely need. So the trainer got read only, and only admins were granted full control. Then we made the folder available over the network using UNC path and also mapped as a network drive for ease of access.
So now I'm going to present about task 5, backup and recovery. For task 5, our focus was on backup and recovery. We first identified the most critical data, such as the Active Directory database, share folder, and IIS files that must be protected at all times. Then we performed a full system backup using Windows Server backup and recorded the backup location for documentation purpose. We also scheduled a weekly full backup and daily incremental backup to ensure data consistency and quick recovery in case of failure. These steps show the importance of ethical responsibility in maintaining data integrity and reliability. Now, task 6, system monitoring. In task 6, we learn to monitor system performance using tools like Task Manager, Performance Monitor, and Resource Monitor. These tools help us track CPU and memory usage and identify any abnormal activity such as unexpected spike in resource usage. If we find an issue, the ethical action is to analyze it before terminating any process, ensuring no user, task, or service is harmed without justification. This teaches us that ethical decision making is essential even in technical tasks. We must balance performance efficiency with user fairness. So now task 7, ethical reflection. For task 7, we focus on the ethical practice we apply during the project. We follow the principle of least privilege, used strong password policy, and set up DNS, DHCP, and IIS securely. The main challenge was balancing user convenience and security, but we learned to handle both properly. We also understood that honesty and accountability are very important. Being honest about issue and taking responsibility for our action helps build trust as IT professionals.
That concludes our presentation, and thank you so much.